may have missed something. Let's see. See if it says we're live. Mm. Hi, who's here? No, okay, I didn't have another one. Good. You guys, I'm sorry. I thought I had made something. Hi, Katya. But obviously I didn't. So I'm just gonna set this up. There we go. Hey, Paulina. Oh, I hope you're well. Hope all of you are well. I'm gonna just set this up on Instagram. Hi, Katya. Katya in Italy. Both Katyas have sunshines this morning. It's cloudy here, as anyone who lives here would know. Okay, there we go. Such a funny thing. Good morning, Emma. So, as I said, today's going to be a little bit more. Let me wait. All these modalities. Kate. Hi. Good evening. Buonasera o buonanotte. Full moon. Yeah. Okay, if you get a chance before you go to bed, take a picture. I'm so curious about what your view is. Yeah. Okay. Good morning. So, yeah, it's we're in full moon time, and hi, Melissa. We're in full moon time, and I felt like it was, something that I'm really into. I mean, I have been for a while, but like really kind of dialing in the interest of late. And I wanted to offer us a bit of a ritual today. So if you have something that looks like a bolster, just lying around, grab it, or a big pillow cushion, even from your couch, grab it. Otherwise, just like forget about it. Don't complicate things, okay? But I'm gonna grab it. Hi, Claudia. Good morning. And if you've got your bolster or your cushion, just grab it, set it up. And what I'd love to do is just give us a moment. So you could do it a couple of ways. One is to lie it out like this, and just so long ways, and just lay back. And if you need, like, I would love a little more elevation for my head. So you can just take a blanket or another pillow or something and just elevate your head. If that's feeling like it's maybe getting up into your low back too much, you can also get more for the upper back and turn it this way. We'll need a little more space than I have here. And then you can just bring it kind of right at the base of the shoulder blades. And again, you may need, depending on the height of your cushion, you may need some support for your head. And just letting the arms come out in cactus, okay? So choose the one that works for you. And if none of that, like you don't have a cushion, just come to lie down, okay? Just come to lie down for a few minutes. I'm gonna take the other one. And if for some reason you were smart and you just like stayed in bed, just stay in bed and enjoy that. So we're gonna start with just a little bit of grounding on the back. And you can close your eyes and just open your ears. So just tune in to the sound of my voice, or don't, and just be with yourself, breathing for a couple minutes. You can let a few exhales out the mouth. Your hands are resting however it's comfortable for you. Maybe they start on your body as you settle, and as you start to feel your body release into the support, whether it's a cushion or the earth, you can let your hands rest either out to your sides or just behind you. And then let your natural breath flow back in. And as you feel the body receiving the breath, just let the legs, starting with your feet, surrender any sense of holding, of effort. And you can just continue to scan all the way up your legs, through the ankles and shins, knees. Let the lower legs relax. Feel your thighs, hamstrings, your bum relax. Release the hips. Release the genitals and the pelvis. Let your low belly be soft. Surrender any effort, any holding in your abdomen, ribs, and chest. You can relax the back line of your body, feeling the vertebra. Just maybe release a little bit in your body towards the earth. Shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists. Allow there to be a sense of softness and releasing in your hands. Let your neck, throat, the back of the head, top of the head, your face, especially the space between your eyes and the space between your teeth. Relax. And finally, even relax your ears and any effort you're making to listen outwardly, and just turn your attention inside, listening within to any sounds that your own body is making. And then listening, not just with the ears, but listening with that inner awareness. Any other signals that your body is sending you right now, whether that's through sensory experience or perhaps as you're settled, the more intuitive part of you is now waking up. And you might be receiving information in the form of colors or images, scenes. Try not to get attached to any stories. Each of us has a different way of knowing that our intuition speaks to us. So now we're just getting connected with that part. There's no particular project to work on, just to receive. And if you're still in the space where your body is talking you through sensations, just be there, be wherever you are without effort. The only effort we make is to bring our attention back to this inner awareness. Rest here for a little bit longer. And then begin just to find a little bit deeper breath in and out your nose. Feeling the lungs fill fully and release completely. Especially if you're on a bolster or a cushion, you may feel like you have even more access. When you're ready, if it feels nice, you can stretch your arms long, maybe hook the thumbs or press out through your palms. Just take a good long stretch through the body. And then place your feet one at a time on the earth. Just pause here for a moment. Walk your knees together and your feet wide. And just bring your palms. I've shown you this before. If you need to look, you can. It's in the diamond shape with your thumbs and your index fingers touching each other. And those are just going to, your hands are just going to come right into your low belly with your index fingers toward the pubic bone and the thumbs just below the navel. Knees touch. Legs relaxed. And now if you're on that cushion where your shoulders are really over it and you're arching quite a bit in the upper back, you might just come off onto the ground. Or if you feel like you've had enough of the bolster, just slide off onto the ground and come into this position. We're just going to bring some awareness back into the body. So as you inhale, slide your hands from your pelvis up to your heart space. And as you exhale, slide the hands back down. Palms are touching the body, your body. Inhaling and exhaling. This is a wonderful way just to come into contact with the soft animal of your body. And also to send yourself really some nourishment, some love. So you can send from your heart, from that intuitive place that you connected. Send what you know you need right now, the start of your day or the end of your day. And you know, don't overthink it, just let it come and then send it out. One more time. This time just let your hands rest at the heart space. You can bring one palm on top of the other. And welcome yourself to this moment, to this ritual. Ritual just being ritual is more of a repetitive experience. For some, this might be brand new. So maybe ceremony is a better word to use. To the ceremony of honoring of honoring the fullness of the moon. Okay. And then from here, just come over to your side. Guide yourself back up. So, if you need a bit more movement today, you're going to do that on your own. Okay? If you need some support, there's lots of videos on the YouTube channel. You can also join the crew this morning for Align and Restore at 10:30, which I highly recommend. Okay, so come to a seat, and yeah, we'll work a little bit with breath, and then we're going to come into a little bit of contemplation. Okay, so go ahead and if you're cycling, if you're on your menstrual cycle, you'll work just with Ujjayi, but if not, or if you've just had a big dinner or a big breakfast, um, otherwise we'll just take a few rounds of Kapalabhati. Let's keep it light today, okay? So just maybe 25 pumps, 2 rounds, okay? And you'll go at your own rhythm, just remembering that it's really focusing as much as we can in this space down here below the navel. Not that you can see I'm wearing black, but below the navel. And again, if it stresses you out, just go with Ujjayi, okay? So start when you're ready. And exhale the breath out, have a little slight pause at the end. Release the belly, inhale. Just enjoy a pause in between the sets of Kapalabhati. And remember at the end of the exhale, if you'd like, you can hold the breath out for just a few seconds and then release and start again when you're ready. Be for a moment in that stillness. Just notice the effect. And then coming to a smooth and a steady Ujjayi breath. And if Ujjayi is not something you normally do, you can just work with a continuous, smooth breath in and out of your nose. And really trying to keep softness, relaxed throat. We'll begin to inhale and then exhale in and out the nose. And as you're breathing, just become aware of how your body responds naturally to the breath. So there's no need to make an effort right now with the body, but just to let the body receive the breath. And notice how your body moves. It will be likely very subtle. So to presence on the exhale. The sensation of the sits bones and the legs rooting, descending. And on the inhale, perhaps sensing a lengthening through your spine. On the exhale, notice what happens in the ribs and the chest. And then on the inhale, just continue to develop, to extend the inhale and the exhale. Always working within a capacity that feels comfortable, that feels within your capacity. And so in this way, we can gradually and graciously grow the breath. But there's no sense of force or of pushing beyond a limitation. In this way, you may notice that the limits of your breath, the length, the volume actually naturally grows. Over the next couple of breaths, maybe you come to really a comfortable edge where you can maintain sovereignty, the even inhale and exhale, same length. So that you're feeling the fullness, the real fullness of the inhale and the complete emptiness or release of the exhale. And you may sense the natural pause in between each breath. And so this breath that we're experiencing, the samadhi with the natural pause, this is mimicking, not just mimicking, it's embodying really. This is how we in our bodies, one way that we can experience the moon cycle. One way that we can bring ourselves to really have an embodied or a physical, a visceral, a physiological, all those things experience of the moon's fullness right now. And likewise, how we can experience the emptiness or the release, the darkness, the pause of the new moon. And of course, all of the moments in between. So you can just continue maybe 3 more breaths, just layering that awareness as you breathe into your fullness and as you breathe out into your empty spaciousness. And closing with an exhale. Let the natural breath flow back. And again, just notice from that really quiet, steady place within. So, not so much with the mind, the part of you that wants to get it, to lock it down, to make a note, to make it like this forever. Hmm. With that part of you that is curious always. What's your experience of the moon phases right now? And as you went through that experience, just check in and recall, was there a part of the breath that felt really easeful, that you were really able to experience without resistance? And then likewise, was there a part of that cycle that was more challenging for you, where you felt resistance or tension, a sense of over efforting, pushing past your limits? And just to note, no judgment, no fixing. Bring your palms together. Simple Anjali Mudra, heart space. And you're invited here to connect back. And for a number of you, we've been sitting together these mornings for, gosh, about 2 months now. So a couple of full moons. I guess this would be our second. Feels like more, maybe. Anyway, we've been sitting here and experiencing this way of beginning our day. And most times when you connect back, you're invited to connect back to an intention, a seed you set at the very beginning, a couple months ago. You're welcome to go back and just check in with that intention, with that seed. Just to notice for yourself, how is it right now? Where is that seed in the cycle of growth? Maybe it's still being nourished. There's still this, tending to the seed before sprouting, or sprouted or bloomed. And maybe the seed has already completed its journey and gone back into the earth, the ground of your being. Muriel offered a really beautiful teaching a few weeks ago in a call we did, talking about Ayurveda and the moon cycles. And I've forgotten the Italian name, but in English we talk about perennial seeds and annual. And perennial seeds, those are the seeds that we plant, and every year, just as long as we care for them, they just keep growing, coming back. And the annuals are the ones that we plant, and they bloom so beautifully in that one time. And then we have to plant them again. So just notice, what is the seed that you're working with, that you're connecting with right now? We need both, really. We need both. And then if you want to journey just a little bit further into the new moon we had 2 weeks ago, the new moon in Taurus, and we set intentions then, just check in with your intention. How is that seed? And so some of the intentions that we plant, they will really follow the cycle beautifully. And, well, I shouldn't say beautifully, I want to say more sort of textbookly, where we'll plant at new moon, and by full moon, they'll be in full bloom, and then moving through the waning phase, there'll be a release. But that is often not the case. And sometimes we plant an intention and we just forget about it. Yeah. It's not the time, or it's not the seed. And so right now, you're asked to just connect with where you are with your seeds, with your intentions, and to honor, to let go of any seeds that need to be released, anything that is you've been maybe wanting, but it's not the moment, or it's not yours to want right now. Maybe recommitting, reconnecting to an intention that you've neglected. And then also really honoring and offering gratitude for what is blooming, for what is coming forth right now. I know as I even say that in my body, I can feel a movement from my base, from the pelvic floor, slowly creeping up through the spine. I wonder how your body responds. And release your hands. If you need to move your body a little bit to make it more comfortable, do that. Wonderful. And then stay in the seat and let your eyes open if you like for a moment. And got a few things for us. So, oils. Some of you will have oils on hand because you're just like that. Some of you won't, don't worry. Oh, do you know I left one over by the computer? I'm gonna grab it. But I wanted to share with you a couple that I might recommend, okay? So, who else is here? Hi, Rory. Hi, Ute and Yuko. Good morning. Okay, I got a couple that I thought we might recommend. So one, I'll give us three. Okay, so one is sandalwood. Yeah, sandalwood is a wonderfully nourishing, grounding, just fantastic oil, especially for bringing us into the connection of these 2 points of the base, yeah, and also really the second chakra too, yeah, so kind of this whole lower region, and then the Anya chakra, the seat of our intuition. And we know, let's just remember that the chakras are just points that we could say this potential coalesces, but it's through the whole body. Yeah, our whole body, excuse me, is full of points. Yeah, where energy coalesces. And so these are just the guidelines. Let's not get too hung up on, oh, my intention is here and all my creative and stability power, stable power is here. Yeah, it's through our whole body. And I think we really experience that, those of us that have an asana practice. Yeah, we can experience grounding through our hands, or we can experience creativity, in the head, or in the heart, in the feet. Yeah. So anyway, just want to note that, because sometimes I think we can get a little hung up on the specifics. Okay. So sandalwood. It's also really wonderful oil for boosting or supporting your sexuality. And this is really important during this full moon. This is a full moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio governs the sex organs. So it's a really wonderful oil if you're wanting to, I don't want to use the word lubricate, yeah, but really to like nourish that ojas, yeah, that really kind of juicy part of you. And this part of us is really what allows us to create, yeah. So it, if you think of the fire to move forth. Yeah, and I believe Scorpio is also a fire sign. It needs that grounding support and it needs that kind of juiciness as well. So, sandalwood, if you have it, super recommend. And you could also, you might have something like balance. Yeah, so I know those of you that are working with doTERRA, you have this stuff. Balance is a wonderful oil to work with right now. It's grounding. It's also, it also helps us to come into this space of really being in our core. And that's a lot of what this particular moon is about, from what I understand. And again, I'm so new with this, yeah. But I'm so loving the learning. And where we are right now is in Taurus, which is a very earthy element, very earthy sign. And so we're, in this place of being really connected, hopefully, yeah, we're working towards that, really connected in ourselves. But then also full moon. Full moon is the time of real expression. It's the time of being in the power of presence. This comes from Wild Power, a wonderful book by Alexandra Pope. And I forget the other author's name, Sunye, something like that. It's really, really great book about menstrual cycles and menstrual cycle awareness. So full moon, power of presence. And it's the presence of expansion, of connection, of outward awareness. Yeah. So it's important in order to really have that, in order to really be able to pay attention to the world around us. We gotta be connected in here. Otherwise, what happens is we are looking outside and trying to give our awareness and our attention and our support outside, but we get pulled, we get swayed. Yeah, we get, especially those of us that have maybe more what you could say in the Ayurvedic terms or vata, yeah? Also even pitta, and also those of us, those of you, I would say, who are more empathic, who feel all the feelings, feel other people's feelings, and that we could be in this moment. And especially in a moon where sexual energy can be high, as it normally is for a lot of people during full moon, which just means creative energy. Yeah, so it gets expressed in lots of different ways. But to really be in our center, to be with ourselves so that we have the clarity to open and to be receiving. That's what the full moon is doing. She's receiving all the light of the sun right now, and she is reflecting it back. So beautiful. But she does it from, I mean, she's the moon. She really does it from this place of core. Yeah. And this is something I am sharing and speaking about, as I do so many things, because it's a learning for me. It's an experience for me too, to really sit in my center, to receive the light that is coming towards me. And there is so much. Do you feel it? Do you feel that light? Are you opening yourself to it? Because even in the struggle, it's coming. And then to reflect it back. And in this way, this practice, this ritual, this ceremony, this everything, this life becomes not just about me, but it also really is about this reciprocity in this relationship. So, what are we doing with these oils? the last one is a My Tree blend. It's a secret recipe, but I'll give you a hint. It's a tree, so it's my tree. So there are seeds, there are roots, there are leaves, and there are flowers. Maybe you, for those of you that haven't, like Uta, I think you've got every single one, go see if you can make your own tree. Yeah, there's a really fun project. I just got an inspiration, like a hit, right? There will be a fun class to do. So I'm going to work with my tree because, I mean, it's my tree. And I really love this. I really love this oil, obviously. Take a drop, rub it in your palms. If you don't have oil, don't worry about it. Just rub your palms together. Get a little heat going. Take some breaths in. As you're breathing in, you can breathe in the seeds. Keep nourishing the seeds. Breathe in what's blooming. Breathe in your garden. Breathe it in. Breathe in what's releasing. Yeah, the smell of decay. All of it. Oh, so good. And then go ahead and just bring one hand to your third eye space. So again, these are points. They are not the only places. It's not like that's it. And then I'm going to bring my hand actually under my pants. Bring it right to your second chakra space. Or even if you like, I would just bring my whole hand. So I'm kind of like really at the low belly, first, second chakra. And you can just rest there. Even, you know what's really nice practice is to bring your palm to your third eye and then take your fingers all the way. And there you'll hit right about at the Sahasrara chakra too. So you're just like fully hooked up here. Okay. And here, we're just gonna settle in for about 10 breaths. If you want to come back to that full moon, new moon breath, you're welcome to. Full on the inhale, new on the exhale. And here you're just connecting into and offering your blessing for this moment. And in particular, anything right now in you that needs to be healed. What in you needs to be healed? I'm borrowing this question from Elena Brower from her podcast. She asks all her guests. It's one of the best questions ever, I think. And again, just connect from that part of you that is not so much in your brain, but that is in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, that is plugged into Source. As you connect into what needs to be healed, just feel through your hands. Your hands sending the support, the energy, the healing that you need right now. Feel how your body responds. Let any effort in your breath go. Just stay for another moment. Release your palms. No more heat. Feel how the body is downloading this, and it will continue to. Good. Now I've got some heat going. I want you to take what needs to be healed in you and trust that what needs to be healed in you needs to be healed out. You are not a little island. You are not a separate little moon. You're all connected. So breathe it in. Send that healing out into your palms. And then offer it. If you know someone else who can benefit from this healing, just send it to them. However your hands move, that's okay. It's about the sending, it's about the offering. Releasing when you're ready. So, eyes can open again. Take a sip of something if you need it. If that feels complete for you, those of you that need to head off, go forth into your day. If you'd like to stay for a few more minutes, I'm going to pull some cards and read something. Last thing I'll say before you go is this is a really nice, to be honest, this is a little bit of a, like so many things that I offer, is a little bit of a bricolage, a miscela, a mix, an invention. But it's, I find a really nice way to support yourself. So you can just do this, especially because the body remembers. So, it's that muscle memory, but it's also so much deeper that you could just, anytime you find yourself in a challenging space, especially through the next phase, through this waning phase, is the time when for a lot of people, the natural energy of release, of letting go comes up, and culturally, and I don't know, for me personally, I think I know I'm not alone. This is it's a challenging time of the letting go. So if you find yourself challenged, just, you can come back, send yourself healing. And if you feel in your body, somewhere in your body, that that it's stored, that challenge, that resistance, tension, hands. Oil helps a lot. It does. I will say the oils themselves have natural healing properties. I'll do a whole other thing on oils. Just make sure you're using good quality and that you're diluting if they need dilution. My oil's already diluted. These do not need dilution when used on the palms. Okay. So if you're heading out, enjoy the full moon. If you're not, let's keep transmutation. Let's go back to the wild unknown. And let's grab that book. Also might be nice just to take a little stretch. I may have shared this before here, but actually I don't think so. A really nice full moon just practice to do is to sit in malasana and maybe sit with some supports, like I have a cushion here, and to just bring your hands, do this outside. Yeah, it's warm now, it's warm enough. So go outside, feet on the earth, yeah, some part of the earth, as earthy as you can get. Hands on the earth, bowing down, and just let the light of the full moon just bask this whole backside of your body. It's a very humble pose, first of all. So it's really this, which is what we're being asked to do, which is to release our will, my will, and to receive thy will. And so that's a really nice practice to do, just, and you can do it at any time. Anytime, but full moon especially. And yeah, okay. So, yeah, and I think it's funny, I did call this a ritual, but actually, it's more of a ceremony simply because rituals are, there's the repetition, there's that's part of what gives them the potency. I mean, in the sense of if we continue through the moons to do this, then we build a ritual. And some of you know that I'm actually working on a creative offering around that coming soon. But for now, I'm having a little trouble shuffling. Sorry. Okay, that's probably good. So I want you, as I set these out, to come to your question today. Yeah, I'm not going to ask my question out loud. Today, I'm going to just let it be a question that you ask for yourself. Questions that are helpful, will give you some guidance, are questions around, well, it can be present and future. Past, I don't tend to ask questions about past. I suppose it could be helpful, but in asked in the right spirit, yeah, in the spirit not of fixing, but in the spirit of moving forward. And we know that actually, I've heard this lately a few times when we make a new choice, we can go back and heal our past wounds, something like that. Anyway, questions that are helpful are around checking in with maybe what might be supporting you right now for something specific, or what might be getting in your way. Questions that are helpful are around confirmation. Yeah, so if you're seeking a kind of confirmation, please don't make your biggest life decision based on the card that we pulled today. Just let it be really like part of your process. Okay, so just take a moment, if you haven't already, drop in, tune in, and I mean in. A helpful question could be around the fullness of what's blooming in you right now, and how to ultimately release that, or if something is needing to be released. A helpful question can be around how, the way to do that. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for us all. And I just like to pass my hand over a few times and just kind of like feel. Sometimes I get like a go here, go here, go here. And sometimes it's like very just like random feeling. Yeah, but here there's still a lot of tingling. So let's see what we pulled. Tingling, tingling, tingling. Spider. This is a beautiful card. Uma Dinsmore-Tilley, she really actually she taught me so many things in the short time I spent with her, but one of them is to cherish spider, arachnid ma, she would call her. Every time we saw a spider, she would just say, arachnid ma. And I'm just going to guess that spider's an earth one, which makes so much, I mean, again, like every time I'm surprised, and every time Why? Because, of course, spider, creator of prosperity. Again, we are in Taurus, and Taurus is about, so we're in like the sun is in Taurus. And Taurus is about prosperity. It's about like, a personal wealth. Yeah. It's, I think, such a wonderful practice when you just tune in. Don't make a big deal, but just like notice and appreciate all these little ding. It's like they're like little fireflies to your something. They're like, yes. So, creator of prosperity through life's work. That's the second part. Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. This is a card about Dharma. Maybe we'll say a word on Dharma on the other end. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around them. Okay, so it's the little self, little s, big, the collective, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere, not just here. It's not just, the sexual energy, what we so often associate with the bisexual. I just mean the procreative, especially for women. Yeah, it's not just about making babies. Be process oriented rather than results oriented, and soon your quote unquote work becomes the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance playful creativity. This one is really touching me right now. This work is hard. I sat with my teacher by Instagram last night, and he read something from Jack Kornfield that immediately just cracked me wide open. And it's I'm not one to be cracked wide open, actually. To actually go into feeling all my feelings, especially the grief, is personally for me really. It's not at my resting place. So this work is hard, and that's what he was honoring last night, and it meant so much to know. And by the work, I mean just the showing up, weaving the web. Yeah. And if you've watched it before, if you've read Charlotte's Web, that sweet book, it takes time and we continually do it. And the beautiful thing about the spider is that she weaves a web, and when she's done with it or it gets destroyed, she goes on to the next one. Yeah. And it's this constant process, and it's like this, of this showing up for ourselves. And for those of you that have been doing this practice with me for the last couple of months, I really I honor that, and I invite you to really honor that in yourself, because it's one thing to show up for a class, once a week or once in a while, whenever you can. It's great. That is great. Keep doing that, please. Please keep doing that. prosperity. It helps me weave my web. But it's this showing up. And for me, the showing up, I've tried to really give you a glimpse into that, is that there are some foundational aspects of it: movement, breath, stillness, and some inspiration. But other than that, every time it's a little bit different. It's an ongoing conversation, relationship with myself and now with you. And so um, I am I'm touched by this card. I'm touched by the recognition that it is hard work. And I want to honor that in you all, that I know there have been mornings when you have felt resistance, you felt tired, you felt like, oh, I just want to sleep in or whatever, you know? And not that you're pushing, like I said earlier, not that you're pushing yourself beyond your limit to the point where you're, you know, putting yourself in some kind of a mental, emotional, physical danger, but that you're showing up with that tapas, with that fire, uh, with that willingness to carry forth, to do the work. And it's not just for you. It's not just for us. Of course, we receive so many benefits. And if you've been doing this, you're feeling them. If you've been doing this every morning, you're feeling, or every, whatever, twice a week, or maybe you're continuing it on your own, you're feeling it. I know you are. And a lot of you have shared that with me. We do it so that we can create a web, whatever your web is, that is sustaining and supporting for others. And so right now, if you're still at home mostly, that web that you're weaving in these days, that's for you and for anyone you're sharing space with. But it's also rippling out. Yeah. I just had this image imagining all of us creating our own spider webs, everyone, not just us, but everybody. And that overlap, like, wow, can you see that? Can you imagine that? Kate, someone, you could draw that. I'm not going to draw that. My possibility for imagining visions is just like in my head. When it goes on paper, it's, anyway. Okay. So what are we going to do about this? We're going to be playfully creative. We are going to be playfully creative. That's what we're going to do. However that looks for you. For me, playful creativity is a lot of times movement. It's dancing. It is getting out the coloring items and hanging with the kids for a little bit and just seeing like what comes up. They're the best. If you have small people around, do that. Uta, for you, I imagine it's painting, maybe photographing. Yuko, for you, I bet you can do that with your son. And Kate, maybe it's with words or drawing, or I wonder what else you're doing that's creative. Rory, I know you love to be out in nature. Maybe that's it for you. Yeah, for each of us, it's something different. Katya in Italy, I wonder. Yeah, maybe creating some beautiful space in your amazing Casa Rosa. And Katya more, I can only imagine. Playfully creative. And I wonder, that might be an edge. Yeah, that might be an edge for some of us too. How we can be playfully creative. And it could be just in your practice. How can you bring that to your practice or into the kitchen, into the bedroom? So let's just close with a little bit of quiet if you're still here. Paulina, if you're here, I know you are working on a lot on creation right now. And it's fun work and it's hard work. And so I'll be so eager and curious to hear where you are in that phase. I hope you'll reach out if you're still listening. I have a bag of crystals. I'm not so much like a crystal person. I mean, I love them. I don't really know that much. Again, it's like one of the things I'm wanting to learn more about. But one way I like to work with crystals is just like with cards, it's just to reach in. I will say I know a lot of them, so I know the feeling. But I'm going to go for one that maybe the feeling I'm not as sure about. Okay, this one. Aha. Oh, cool. So these are the same. They're similar. I don't know what it is. I'll look it up after. I'm not going to take all this time to read about what it is. But if you have a crystal or you have some crystals tonight, full moon, is the night to put them out. So to just put them in a bowl, if you can get to the lake and get some lake water, like really nice, I'm going to do that. Put your crystals in a bowl with the water, just some, you don't have to bless the water, holy water, but if you want to, go for it. It's beautiful. And just set them somewhere where the moonlight can see the bowl and the crystals, and then just let them be cleansed, but also receive that. Now, I know there's some crystals that you don't do that with. I don't know which ones, okay? So go look it up if you've never done this before. I'm just going to take a minute in silence. If you want to work, continue with that breath again, the full moon, new moon breath, go for it. Oops. And if you want to join me with just presencing, envisioning the web, this world wide web of Dharma, of each of us weaving again and again the webs of our Dharma. Remember, Dharma being not necessarily your work, your job, but more it's a how. It's a how are you living? How are you bringing forth what only you, your Svadharma, are here to bring? Your Svadharma is like it's like your spider web. And how, as you imagine now your little spider web, your Svadharma, start to see that connecting into this worldwide web of Dharma. That is the right alignment, the right movement, the timing, all of it, the rhythm of life, how we interweave to sustain, to support, to nurture life. Be with that. you'd like to join me just for 3 rounds of Chandra Vedana, you can. It's a simple pranayama practice. You bring your hands into Vishnu Mudra with your first finger and your middle finger at the base of your thumb. Your thumb on your right nostril, ring finger on your left, just like for Nadi Shodhana. Keep both nostrils open, breathe in and out. And then we'll just be breathing in through the left and out through the right. Again, breathing in through left. Out through right. On this last time, if you'd like to hold the breath in after the inhale, go for it. If you're still doing the Chandra Vedana, you can go ahead and release on the exhale. Bring your palms together. Just bowing in. Namaste. I think there are still a few of you here. So thank you. Thanks for hanging out. This is our last Thursday, at least for now. School for my children starts next week, and we are choosing to send them to school. So on Thursdays, they'll be going to school. And it just doesn't work to try to do it all. That is, talk about pushing beyond my capacity. That is pushing beyond my capacity. So there will be Rise and Shine every Tuesday. And I really, really hope you'll join. I really, really hope you will continue on your own. Maybe you just keep Thursdays for yourself, yeah? And maybe if you are doing that, you can share. That would be really awesome, wouldn't it? I think most of us are using social media. Let's use it for this, to share as a way of keeping this web connected. You know, we have together we are creating such a beautiful network. And at some point, you guys, we're going to get together in person and see each other and really feel this contact in like that sort of, shared space. That is going to be phenomenal. In the meantime, let's use the tools that we have. Let's be creative. So let's, on Thursdays when you do a practice, or any day when you do a practice like this, rise and shine. You can tag me at My True Yoga, and then I can share it. We can, in this way, like, this is what's coming through. This is the way that we, to quote, creativity is everywhere. Yeah, this is the way that we are ingenious creators, and that we take our little self and we make it something bigger. And not just to be big and out there and shiny on Instagram, like woohoo. That's not what it's about, right? And if sometimes I know I can fall into a place of using it that way, but let's use the tools we have in a way that's really serving. Okay, I could just sit here probably all day and just like, that's me in the full moon maybe, or that's just me all the time. If you want to talk some more, if you want to hang out some more, two things. Tomorrow, I haven't sent out a reminder just because I don't know, I've been busy. Um, is a women's circle. So join for women's circle tomorrow evening if you're able. You'll need to let me know, send me a message, and I'll send you the Zoom link. That's going to be at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Um, Lugano time. It would be amazing to have all of you there. And next Wednesday starts the Radical Acts of Maitri, and that's going to be 40 days of loving kindness. So that's going to be like little tidbits of maybe some of the things that we've done here, similar, similar, but also different. Another way to reinforce your web, take care of yourself, and bring a sense of connection between us, but also, again, you do it for yourself, it's the ripple. And then, as I said, coming up in the summer, starting a new offering that has been a seed planted long ago in me, years ago, about 3, almost 4 years ago, that I'll be sharing with you soon. It's not ready. I'm not ready, but it's real close. So stay tuned. Uta, Rory, Kate, Melissa, Katya. Oh, Irene, you're here too. Good morning. Okay, so I'll see you, some of you for Women's Circle, or for Radical Acts of Maitri, or for Rise and Shine, all these things, all these ways. Take care. And if you want to move, see you at 10:30 with Prue. Bye.